The book is Trinidad great punching power to confound Jones's terrific knockout.
The best punch that Trinidad has is his left. So if he's going to have any chance of winning, I think Trinidad's going to try. I think that Roy just, to me, seems to look so much stronger just looking at his body.
Roy Jones promised that in the first
he goes at least deficient modes like this. And the fight could end up being a going fight.
2 low blows by Trinidad. Reluctant about throwing low blows. Some of them have looked intentional over the years. Arthur McCanty tells him to keep them up.
Trinidad
Good jab by Trinidad.
Throwing these punches at the sturdiest target of all time. He's reacted to punches in recent fights. I think Tito's got to like his chance load if he can trap Roy on the ropes.
Yeah, that's where Trinidad's money punch. He contributed to most of his big knockouts. Trinidad tries the left. Lands an uppercut in there. Jones. Round 1 in.
His right hand lead is going to be a very effective punch, I think, for him going down the stretch.
High risk. Heard Tito's dad to build Trinidad's confidence early is probably good, given the long layoff. Good left hook by Jones. Good body shot.
Trinidad's looking very sharp. I'm very impressed with him so far. His punches are accurate.
Because Trinidad was not able to rely on his athleticism in his prime to the extent Roy was. He was forced to boxing skills, not skills tailored to his athleticism as Roy is.
And then a good solid body punch with the left hand moments ago. And there's another body shot thing out of Jones with these body shots.
The point is, the more classical boxer, I think, has an advantage in case that's Trinidad.
Yeah, in that sense, the fight, Ali, the faded genius artiste, who no longer had the kind of craft that
Larry Holmes is 35 himself, and rarely fought.
Exactly. Didn't think it would serve him well to really focus on classic disciplined boxing technique. We just didn't need it. Right, Emmanuel?
That's correct. But right now, it's just fighting. I like the way he's fighting. I thought he would be fighting a lot more on defense. But he's actually going for it. Both guys are really going just enough to make it a good fight at this stage of their career, particularly Roy.
Because their reflexes have faded, they'll be easier to hit. That is showing up right now. Good body shots by Trinidad. Jones feels the strike back. And Trinidad landed her. Combat boxing close to 40 power shots. That's good fighting in terms of entered in 4 rounds. More to the point, he said, if I can't knock him out in 4 or 5 rounds, then maybe out of Felix Trinidad.
No, Felix is fighting him. He's really meeting him punch for punch, tit for tat. The key punch with Roy is going to be, like I said, his right hand lead. He's going to try a lot of those later on as the fight goes. It turns out to be like the second fight between Hearns and Leonard when both guys have slowed down just so.
Jones has never had a bad habit at any moment in his career.
In the ring, he's carrying that left hand kind of low. He's also
a lot of footwork, but his hand speed seems to be very good, as well as Trinidad's. Both guys are punching with the hands. Really look like they haven't missed too much or lost.
Prince Mahdi Ajamu.
I think you guys are forgetting speed 4 or 5 years ago.
You're right. Another body shot from Trinidad, lands a left hook, and Jones smiles.
And he landed the left hook, and I said he wouldn't land too.
To say, I can take your body shots. Trinidad checking him again, and now lands. I'm not sure all the taunting and posing.
He's not going in there throwing a lot of wasted punches like Ricky had, unless he felt he had a target. Fighting a very intelligent fight.
Roy is Dad, who is a puncher. The last thing to go, they say.
Jones blocked the left hook from Trinidad and landed a CompuBox numbers in an entertaining round 3. Trinidad 16 out of...
Jim, I don't know. I can't see Roy Jones beating Tito Trinidad, and Roy's not boxing. I mean, very, very little movement. Roy's right there, smacking him with a lot of shots, just like you see right there. And this
experts have envisioned and discussed and contemplated for this fight. For Jones,
I don't see the fight the same way Harold does. I see Roy landing the clean punches, if not, but just as, because Trinidad's the guy going forward, does not mean that Roy is the boxer. You can box.
Fourth round knockout.
Yeah, and he was quite adamant about it, and even went so far. But certainly there's no indication early that Trinidad is going to be embarrassed.
As maybe harder shots, largely blocked.
Triple left hook by right hand. Another straight right hand. Trinidad flails, may not be headed toward the fourth round knockout, but he may look back at this as a good round.
The right hands are starting to find their way home now.
Good straight right hand by Joe.
Good body shots from Tito.
To see. Right hand over the top by Jones. Jones 14 out of 32. Roy Jones visibly stepping up his power shot output. Gives the fourth round to Roy Jones. So he's on the scorecard in the Letterman card.
And he seems to have gotten more confident now. He seems to look much, much stronger
than anybody thought he was going to be so far in the fight. Or at least than a lot of people thought he was going to be.
They both are. With your comment last round, this is a good fight, even if you didn't know who you...
Got you here. You're all right. Shake it off.
Certainly know who these guys are, and it makes it that much more dramatic.
The low blow, or simply give Jones time to recover. I think it was a warning and a recovery.
As Roy gets closer, he's going to be more effective with that right hand. Straight punches coming from boxing. And he's getting very close to the point where Tito won't be able to see him. And there's a problem for Trinidad.
And Roy shakes his head after a straight right hand from Trinidad. Well, I got a question, though, Emmanuel. If Roy keeps, say, to try to set up a chance to land his right hand, is he going to create more opportunities for... Trinidad's punches seem to have lost some steam in the last two rounds. Traveled a slow arc.
And Jones seems to have lost some respect for their power, which could be dangerous.
Tito got away with another low. And Jones threw a low blow. Cerebral, but laudably violent fight between the 30er stuff and I expected to see. Power shots through round 5. That's unbelievably close and very competitive. The belt line. If you were scoring the referee, you would say Mercanti Jr. is giving the belt.
He's really not hitting him, like you say, in the cup, but that's one of the tricks of a lot of them. I mean, your ability to move. It leaves you kind of takes away your coordination in your leg.
Fernando Vargas talked about that after. Good left hook to the body by Trinidad.
Landing with a thud, those hooks to the body.
Hard right hand by Jones.
On defense now, and he's not jabbing on it all, using his left hook and all of the fluid combinations, which he's capable of.
Now the left hook gets through for Felix Trinidad. He's not going to take no for an answer on that left hook.
On this round, simply by outworking Roy.
Well, maybe not. No. Right hands, since they land with laser-like consistent. Good left hook by Jones. Back Trinidad up. Big rally down the stretch of this round by Jones. Left hook for Roy Jones. Brilliant rally down the stretch. It was beautiful, wasn't it? Power shots in round 6. Trinidad 8 out of 25. Jones.
Signs of Roy's brilliance when he starts backing Trinidad up. I mean, when he takes it from left. So anyway, be as it may, Tito Trinidad won 4 rounds. Roy Jones won 2.
Not landing to me. I think Roy still is landing the clean, effective punches.
Give it maybe a round or two. I think you could argue 2 rounds to Trinidad, but I think out in front by a bit.
perfect X-Man, throwing a lot of punches, but nothing landed. Short right hand.
Using his head to get rid of the cobwebs as he gets up. Half of round 7. See it pan.
As he gets closer and closer, he's going to be able to land punches. His hands are too fast.
He's let it. Roy Jones is visibly looking for a knockout in this round. On the belt line.
The Leonard Hearns 2 hopes have been realized.
Jones of old would have finished him off at that time, but he's still spending about 50% on the offense and 50%.
Rest for about 45 seconds there.
I've even saw it all.
There's Roy.
And if Roy had a step to him right after that, I think Roy could have.
The shot on the temple to me, and sometimes you can get a delayed reaction after that.
Inside scores. But there's another Letterman, Julie Letterman, who is an official scorer for the fight. Now, lest you think to yourself, well, her father does, they were separated by about 0 points on Kelly Pavlik versus Jermaine Taylor at the moment when Pavlik knocked Taylor out. So they don't necessarily agree. For this fight, he's the guy who had Oscar De La Hoya beating Floyd Mayweather last May. To your point, Max, that this is a subjective enterprise and not easy.
As he retreats.
But he's not landing that much a lot, but he's not throwing punches home.
Something.
Oh, yeah.
And Trinidad is... Roy is...
And seconds ago, Trinidad coming back to the... Now Jones unleashes the right hand again.
The clean punching by Roy.
Looking to land another big shot. It's amazing how many times Trinidad hits Jones. Trinidad may already have accrued penalty points. 2 good left hooks from Jones, dancing away to create space as Jones suddenly becomes violent again. Jones blocked those left hooks and their way through the fight tactically, maybe in a way that only guys with this depth of background and knowledge can do, but it's fascinating to
Roy and David Roy, which is very unusual throughout his whole career. Even though Murchison, they have a great relationship with him. He lets Roy have a lot of say about what's going on.
I was about to say, why? Yeah. Because Murchison is a no-ego guy.
No, he works very, very
best. He was the fastest fighter I've ever seen. He had tremendous pass. Was his fighting brain. He was such a smart fighter. It appears he still is.
Problem is you give Jones a chance to counter, and that's when he's at his best.
Yeah, and he's tired himself out of throwing those, especially those wide right hands and trying to go over the gloves. And then Roy just walks.
Spirited first 3 rounds. Trinidad's ring rust have conspired to show us why Jones was such a prohibitive favorite in the fight.
And yet why a lot of people consider Tito so live. I think that the outcome of this fight really means nothing in terms of at their best, but maybe we're getting a result similar to what we would have gotten in their prime.
Well, if the fight is pleasing, Max, if the crowd likes the fight, and sympathetic, would the winner of this fight get a chance against the winner of a fight?
Come on,
Power shots in round 9 by CompuBox count. Jones is
beating him up, and that's all there is to it. He's won 4 rounds in a row. When Roy Jones comes forward, he's a terrific fighter. I mean,
thrown in a while.
That may have affected Jones.
Big right hand by Jones. And another.
Having his best success when he's walking Trinidad down, which is unexpected.
You know, after he lands his blows, he seems to be satisfied a little bit more, but he seems to be very satisfied with pot-shotting him.
Yeah. That's a choice. Knockdown number 2 for Jones.
7, 8.
extremely one. Talked about frequently. When we asked Tito about it yesterday, he said, of course, it's been widely reported that De La Hoya has promised his Puerto Rican wife, Millie Correa, that he will never fight another Puerto Rican fighter. But it's also been widely reported that De La Hoya was considering fighting. The marketability of the fight go down if Trinidad loses here.
Mayweather on the billboard, on the marquee, will always sell.
Of course, likely fight is a rematch with Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. The 11th round has been something of a phony war, and not finding it. Again, Roy Jones fighting for the 56th time to erase some of the memories, some of the bad taste left in the mouth. A lot of effort into trying to be as good as he could be. A few days after,
I think he's resigned in his corner. Listen to him. He's resigned himself to that. But I don't think he was searching that. And he's been getting hit with punches all night long, but hasn't been seriously hurt except for, and that was for a brief second.
Well, and hasn't Roy Jones been more of a sharp puncher than a heavy puncher?
Yes, he's punching, but he has
a fine performance from Roy Jones. In a weird way, that could Johnson and Antonio Tarver, rather than those being at the end of this and say, look, Roy, after those brutal knockouts, was some reason of his older self. And those knockouts can't just be thrown.
Body, as the result of going up to more than 200 pounds, all muscle, 30 pounds of muscle to come back down in the light heavyweight division.
And that's reasonable. That's a
particularly the next fight with Lynn Johnson. That was way too soon without having his color healed.
In fact, I think that's the likely expert. The fact is, he is now 39 years old, and he doesn't look it tonight.
Opponent who hadn't fought in 2.5 years.
Indeed.
Nice fight, boys. To the scorecards, all to the winner by unanimous decision. He turned back the clock tonight, Roy Jones.